Hello, my name is Aiden Mahmoud, and today I will be presenting a final presentation for photography, which composed of composition, light, black and white, perspective, and portrait of a subject. I will go in depth in each one of these photos that I took, and it incorporates of what we learn on each week since week 1 till week 7, and I will present to you more details about it. First and foremost, for composition, this is the photo called "You Will Always Overcome Your Problems." Why I said that is because we have a single purple flower that is right in the middle of this photo, and it is alone, and behind the flower is a barrier, so the flower looks like it overcame the barrier, and it incorporates with our life that we will overcome our problems eventually. So for this photo, I used the rule of thirds. From composition, I made sure that the flower is symmetrical and the photo is symmetrical, and it is nicely filled in the photo itself to make sure that the audience, or the people that wants to see my photo, looks directly into the flower itself. And I realized a few things in this photo that I didn't realize when I took it. Firstly, is you could see there's a little bit of hard light in the equation of the photo, and also there's like a blurry background where I really focus on the flower itself. Next, this photo is called light side versus dark side. The reason why I called this photo light side versus dark side because I primarily use hard light for this photo. This is my friend Niall, and when I took this photo of him, I made sure that he stands in between where the light shines on his right side of his face, so that on his left side of his face there's shadowy or like darkness where you can't even see the light on his left side of his face. And I incorporate this photo with the rule of thirds to make sure that the light is symmetrical. And as you can see in this photo, on his right side of his face there's light, and on his left side does not have any light at all. So pretty much this photo is primarily used only hard light. There's no soft light used in this photo. For black and white, this photo is called Fly High. This is the men's USA volleyball team, and I watched them the other day as they played against Cuba. And as you can see in this photo, the number 20 is jumping to reach out the ball, to hit the ball, and that is why I called it Fly High, because he's like flying and he's trying to hit the ball. So for this photo, I actually took a normal photo with my iPhone XS, but I edited it out using the color Noir in one of the camera apps in the iPhone XS. I also used the rule of thirds to make sure that there are 3 players and against like 4 players of the men's volleyball team, and I made sure that the ball is nearly about symmetrical in this photo. For perspective, there are 3 types of perspective: 1 point, 2 point, and 3 point perspective. I use 1 point perspective in this photo, and this photo is called Reach Your Goal. I took this photo at the gym, and what I did was I rearranged the hurdles accordingly, and I put a single kettlebell like right in front of the hurdles, and I took this photo in a low angle, and I created a leading lines prior to the kettlebell which I am focusing on, because it's 1 point perspective and you want the viewer or like someone who wants to look at my photo to look at that particular kettlebell, and it creates 1 point perspective. I also use the rule of thirds to make sure the hurdles look symmetrical and nicely arranged. And the exposure in this photo, I didn't have to change that much because I just used the lighting from the gym itself. Last but not least, this photo is called Hanging by a Thread. For this assignment, we are told to pick a specific subject or whatever subject that you want to use and take it with a portrait and make sure that it really focus on that subject particularly, and make sure the background is blurry and to show a lot of elements in that subject properly. I used my cap as a subject, and I used my iPhone 12 to take a picture in portrait mode, to take this cap in portrait mode, and make sure that I really focus on the cap itself and I blurred out the background and make sure that the elements are really balanced for this photo. I think for this photo it's a little bit overexposed, but I think it is perfect because it really shows or like portrays the cap itself in this photo. Not only that, I used the rule of thirds to make sure the cap looks symmetrical and filling in this photo, and I also used 3-point perspective, which I took it from a really low angle to make sure that the cap looks like it's falling down on me or like in the camera itself. So that is all for perspective. That is all from me. Thank you.